Good morning. Oh, I just love you. I'm hearing you so deeply these days that it is just so incredible.
Yeah.
And because I really want to talk about step 4.
Yeah.
And step 4 is really...
You know what the steps are? Are you steeped enough in this to know what the steps are? Step 1 is contrast causes you to ask. Ask is step 1. You can't stop doing that. You're just asking constantly. Step 2 is source answers what you're asking for. Or another way of saying it is, once you send off that rocket of asking, source becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. So when you ask for more money, you become vibrationally, in terms of this vortex, more prosperous. That's the part you argue with, as in the vortex. So I want it in my bank. Vibrationally speaking, you become more prosperous. When you ask, it is given immediately. Step 3 is, you got to find a way to release resistance in order to allow what you've asked for, which is already vibrationally there, to flow into your experience. That's what step 3 is. We call that the art of allowing. Allowing what you're asking for to be realized by you. So step 3 is really practicing thoughts, preparing yourself to be in a vibrational place that allows the path to occur to you. Thoughts, ideas, others, impulses, emotions, all early stages of your conscious awareness that this is happening. And then, of course, everything else comes through too. So recently we've been talking about how if you will try just a little bit, if you will care is a better way of saying it. You don't want so much effort, but if you will care about the way you feel, and you'll start in this wobble-free place that's easy for you to achieve once you find good feeling things, easy things to think about. Then momentum, because law of attraction never, when you are awake and focused, law of attraction never ceases to respond to you. So momentum will increase. And as that momentum increases in the absence of resistance, you get into what we are calling like a high-flying disc. You're resistance-free, which means there's no wobble, and the momentum is getting stronger and stronger, and that's when you begin feeling emotions like elation or fascination or strong interest or love or appreciation. So once you're hanging out in that place a lot, once that's the way others are defining you, that's a happy person, or that person is always eager, or that person really thinks fast on their feet, or that person seems really intuitive, or that person's in the right place at the right time, or that person's living a really good life. Once you are in that place where you're feeling good most of the time, and of course, negative emotion is a natural thing. Don't ask the impossible of yourself. But if you're predominantly feeling good, then you are on that high-flying disc. That's what we're talking about. Now, when contrast introduces itself to you, and it will, it's a smaller wobble. You see what we're getting at? Mm-hmm. It's a smaller wobble of contrast. Mm-hmm. And that's what we want to call, that's what Esther insisted that we call step 4. She so likes the steps. Step 4. Step 4 is feeling good. What you say, I'm understanding this so deeply. Mm-hmm. Nothing's a mystery to me anymore. When I watch others, when I see myself, as things manifest, as ideas occur, as I get into a group and I can feel us all having a good time and everyone's sort of tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and ideas are flying and fun is being had by all. Step 4, living. Yeah. So stable in your knowledge of the laws of the universe, and most important part, so stable in your personal believing or knowing that you can stay stable. That anything that you then give your attention to doesn't throw you off your game. Yeah. So you keep it close to you. You practice it. You're steady there. Then you can turn on CNN. We don't recommend it. But you could. You could see what's going on in the world, and it wouldn't destroy your sense of well-being. You can put things into perspective and understand that well-being still abounds. You can acknowledge that everyone is the creator of their own reality, and you can revel in the fact that you know that and your eagerness for them to figure it out. You can revel in your understanding that you never get it done and that you can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong because you can't get it done.
So we don't have to worry about fixing things. We don't have to worry about air pollution and water.
Well, let's just put it to you this way. When you are worrying, you're not doing any of these things that we've been talking about.
Exactly.
So when you say, I don't have to worry, Esther said the other day in her most clever of moments, the only thing to fear is fear itself, and that's terrifying. When you feel negative emotion, it means the same thing every single time. You're off your game. You're not in sync with what you really know. And that's why you feel bad. Worry is the way you feel when you're not synced up with what you really know. Worry is the way you feel when you focus in opposition to what you really know. Another way of saying it is, so you've launched these rockets and your path is moving you from where you are to where you want to be. That's the path. Now, you can move in the direction of the path or you can move in opposition to the path. When you worry, you're focused in a direct opposition to what you want. Right. You don't have to be at your destination in order to feel good. You just can't be moving in opposition to your destination. Mm-hmm. Your destination will keep moving on you. Have you noticed? That's step 4 living.
Mm-hmm. It keeps changing.
So step 1 is some contrast. I don't like that. I know what I don't want. I know what I do want. Launching the rockets. Source is all lined up with it. You find vibrational alignment with feeling good because you're not trying to solve the problem. You're focused upon things that are already going well. Now solutions begin flowing to you. In fact, step 4 living is like this. Solutions come in such quick response to your awareness of the problem that you don't even get a fix on the problem before the solution is there. From your position, it looks like the problem and the solution appear to you simultaneously. Yeah. Step 4 living. Don't you notice that all the time? Isn't that beginning to happen to you a lot? So then you say, but I'm a little bored because life is so good for me. I'm used to a little more drama.
It's true.
Drama causes me to focus. Esther says, I shine in a crisis. Give me a crisis so I can shine.
It's true.
You get to choose how much gap you have between where you are and what you want. You get to choose what your threshold of discomfort is. Some of you like a little discomfort in order to prove your worthiness.
Well, I have to share. All right.
Some of you want no discomfort. Some of you are so solid in your expectation that you are loved and that wonderful things should flow to you, that you no longer need to mess up your own trail just to prove your own worthiness. And in time, you'll be at that place where you'll understand that there's no virtue in a hard ride. There's no upside to feeling down, ever.